Hello, my name is Victor, and I'd like to thank you guys for actually sitting down or standing up or whatever to watch this. Um, I don't really have very much time, so let's get started. I'm going to start with a little speech just to hear you guys know how I feel. Entrepreneurial hope is essential. It gets us over the hump and through the dip. There's a variety of this hope, though, that's far more damaging than helpful. This is the hope of the magic lottery ticket. The fledgling entrepreneur ambushes a venture capitalist who just appeared on a panel, kind of like me right now. Excuse me, she says, then launches into a 2, then 6, then eventually 20-minute pitch that will never get the VC saying, great, here's a check for $2 million on your terms. Or the fledgling author who has been turned down by 10 agents and then copies his manuscript and FedExes it to 20 large publishing companies. What is he hoping for exactly? Perhaps he's hoping for the magic lottery, to be that one piece of slush chosen out of a million, literally a million, that goes on to be published and revered. You deserve better than that dash hope of the magic lottery. There's a hard work alternative to the magic lottery, one in which you can incrementally lay the groundwork and integrate into the systems you say you want to work with. And yet, instead of doing that work, our instinct is to demonize the person that wants to take away our ticket, to confuse the math of the situation. There's very few glass slippers available with someone trying to slam the door in your face. You can either work yourself to a point where you don't need the transom, or you can play a different game altogether. But throwing your stuff over the transom isn't worthy of the work you've done so far. Starbucks didn't become Starbucks by getting discovered by Oprah Winfrey or being blessed by Warren Buffett. When they only had a few stores, no, they plunged along, they raised bits of money here and there, they flirted with disaster, added one store, added another store, tweaked, measured, improved, and repeated. Day by day, they dripped their way to success. No magic lottery. What is the chance that Mark Cuban or Carlos Slim is going to agree to be your mentor, to open all doors and give you the shortcut to the top? Better, I think, to avoid wasting a moment of your time hoping for a fairy godmother. You're in a hurry, and this is a dead end. When somebody tries to encourage you to avoid the magic lottery, they're not criticizing your idea, nor are they trying to shatter your faith or take away your hope. Instead, they are pointing out that shortcuts are rarely dependable or particularly short, and that instead, perhaps you should follow a longer, more deliberate, less magical path if you truly want to succeed. If your business or your music or your art or your project is truly worth your energy and your passion, then don't sell it short by putting its future into a lottery ticket. Here's another way to look at it. Delight the audience you already have. Amaze the customers you can already reach. Dazzle the small investors who already trust you enough to listen to you. Take the permissions you have and work your way to the top. Leaps look good in movies, but in fact, success is mostly about finding a path and walking it one step at a time. The reason I started with this is because what I'm doing, it covers all areas of humanity. The way I look at it, it helps our environment, it helps our transportation, our security, all of our ways of life. And a perfect example would be Santa Cruz University, the Clearinghouse Project. And the reason I state this is because, well, that's one of the two projects which I believe are the same in somehow. I haven't really pieced that together. That's the only thing I don't really know how it goes together yet. But to make a long story short, I'm building the Clearinghouse federated node along with my Viacoin, which I've already pretty much built. And in doing so, well, I can then finish building my Gideon systems. Okay, and I'm not really sure if anyone's built the Gideon systems or not, or if anyone, but it's kind of weird because in the contributors folder to the Bitcoin core, there's a contributors folder, and in that contributors folder is a Gideon build. And it tells you in the instructions that you're going to put it on the top of the blockchain. Now, the top of the blockchain, is, believe it or not even in the Bitcoin core. If I remember correctly, the top of that blockchain is going to be on top of the Viacoin core, which is really weird because I'm kind of linking one chain to another. Anyways, make a long story short, that's what's got me here today, and this is why I've worked so hard for everything. I started this project back in 2004 with these two programs on my Android called the Terminal IDE and the Z Shaolin. Both of them the same exact program, except one is full of your command line, and the other one is pretty much your linkage. Okay, so if you build it from scratch and you follow all the directions that they give you, and boy, there's a lot of directions. I mean, I've been working on this since 2004, and I've come across a lot. Okay, and I don't really have much time, so I got this timer going on this video. I'm at 6 minutes right now, and I gotta cut this short. So anyways, make a long story short, on the Android, I'm building my Z Shaolin, all to get Gen 2 up and running without having to root the phone. There is a way to get root without rooting your phone, because if you root your phone, you're going to lose all the warranties and everything that came with the phone because you're not supposed to root it. I said, no. So you want to follow the K-Box shell. Now, interesting fact about this is that, see, my uncle, Antonio, or Tony, well, he's in charge of the networking hub systems for Lockheed Martin, and I used to live with him for a little bit, and he could never talk to me about his work, ever. And what he could, I'd listen. Of course, it was interesting, always interesting, but he told me he was working with the K-Box shell, okay? And at the time, I was just getting familiarized with the K-Box shell a little bit more than I should have been, but that's the only way to really get the root access that you need on the Android in your Android terminal. Okay, and that Android terminal is there specifically for one reason, and that's going to be for my XE player. Okay, that I'm going to be running in a media player inside of Windows, but that goes beyond what I want to talk about today. Anyways, actually, no, I want to hit that up also. I believe that there's a patent with the Microsoft Skype, the codec on the Microsoft Skype program, is because I believe Skype uses Silk, and Silk is going to help me encode and decode those codecs in most of my files that I have running, which I have no idea what media files or art they are, but I'm pretty sure you guys are well more aware of that than I am. Okay, I got a little gist of who to look up on that, but anyways, that's besides the point. Okay, so now that I've got that set up, I'm going to show you guys what I have. Okay, and well, I'm going to be, I guess, cutting and editing this video here just a little bit, because, okay, so it's taking some time in this, right? All right, edit a little bit here and there. Oh, and then we're going to hit pause on that, and then we're going to bust out the other camera. All right. Beautiful lighting. Alright. Put that there. Okay, pause. Okay, we're going to pause this right here.